Welcome once again to our Labour Voice channel. During this period, two major issues affecting the workers and trade unions have become a subject of discussion and awareness throughout the country. The first issue is about the sudden death of an young employee by name Sebastian Perayil, a chartered accountant from Kerala, working with multinational Ernst and Young company due to the inhuman working conditions imposed by the company, mainly stressful working due to 7 days week of 14 hours a day. Human right is totally violated by this illegally functioning E&Y company. The second issue is with regard to the anti-labor and unfair labor practice being adopted by the South Korean corporate company Samsung. Not only the labor laws are violated, but the Indian constitution is also violated by denying trade union rights for the employees. Most unfortunate parties, the state government labor department is refusing to register the trade union under the Trade Union Act 1926. To know about the views of the senior trade union leader, Comrade C.Srikumar, the General Secretary of All India Defence Employees Federation, National Secretary of aituc and Deputy General Secretary of World Federation of Trade Unions, Labour Voice channel approached him. Now you can listen to his response on both the burning issues. Over to Comrade C.Srikumar.
Has placed two important major issues before me for my opinion and my views. And both the issues which the Labour Voice has posed before me are such that the entire working class of not only India but the working class of the entire globe is very much shocked. Not only the workers, their trade unions and many other organizations are also equally concerned with these two incidents which have happened. The first one is with regard to the demise of a young girl and a young chartered accountant by name Sebastian Perayil. Professionally, she is a chartered accountant and she was working with Ernst and Young consultant company. So this company is also a chartered accountant firm. And the most unfortunate part is that this company is also advisors for some of our public sector insurance companies. After the demise of Sebastian Perayil, a lot of inquiry has been conducted about the background of this company. And the very shocking information is that this company is not at all registered under the Shop and Establishment Act of Maharashtra. It's a commercial firm and it is employing its own employees there. And if that is so, it has to be registered as a company, as a firm, under the various laws of this country. But unfortunately, that has not been done. Now it is not only with regard to the Ernst and Young company, there are many multinational companies who are working in India, such as the KPMG, the notorious KPMG, which recommended for splintering the ordnance factories into 7 corporations, which the government of India have accepted and implemented. Now the same government of India have appointed SBI CAP for recommending reduction of the 7 corporations into 4 companies. So this is the value of the KPMG's recommendation. Then there are Deloitte, PricewaterhouseCoopers, Grant Thornton. These type of companies are there in our country, and they have got their own employees. But what is happening in these firms? No labor laws are being implemented. All the Indian labor laws are equally applicable to these companies, but they don't bother for that. And the government also After all, labor is a concurrent subject. As per our constitution, labor is the subject of central government as well as the subject of the state government. So both the central government and the state government have got a responsibility to see, to protect the interest of the employees, whoever is working in these type of firms or in any company or any industry for that matter. There is a ILO convention which is called as the Labor Inspection Convention 1947. That means the countries which are members of the ILO, this convention of Labor Inspection Convention 1947, they have to implement it. Labor inspectors, enforcement officers have to frequently visit these industries, these establishments, these companies, and to see whether the labor laws are being implemented, where the working hours are restricted to 8 hours, whether the working condition is congenial for them to work, safety conditions are there, occupational hazards are not there. It is whose responsibility? The responsibility of the governments. But unfortunately, in this company's case, no such inspection has taken place because the company itself is not registered according to various media reports, whatever we are seeing. So when the company itself is not registered with the government of India, government of Maharashtra, and the government authorities are not aware that such a company is working, and how the government of India have appointed them as consultants or advisors for the public sector insurance companies, these are all the questions, the issues which the workers and the trade unions have to think about, and that is why they are agitating. And you see, after this incident, Srimati Anita Augustine, the mother of this young girl who died, she has written an open letter to the company, to Rajiv Memani, the Indian boss of the Ernst and Young. And in that she has openly exposed the company, how they are torturing their daughter and other employees. All the 7 weeks in a week is working days for them. And daily 12 hours they have to work. No relaxation, no entertainment, no sleep. Because taking advantage of the unemployment situation of the country, these are all the mental torture which our young employees, our young generation is subjected to in these type of industries. And this is more in the IT companies. Psychologically they are being affected very badly, resulting in depression. And the company doesn't bother for their mental health or for their physical health. So therefore, it is a very serious matter. And today, this poor girl, Anna Sebastian Perayil, has sacrificed her life for that company. And the most unfortunate part of this company is, this company has not bothered even to depute a representative for attending her funeral. Is this the humanity? Is this the way a company behaves? And why we require such type of companies in our country? In our country itself, thousands and thousands of qualified chartered accountants are there. They will take care of the accounting system. Why we require a multinational company to come here and they dictate terms on everybody? How is it acceptable? It is not acceptable. Therefore, this is a lesson. This is a lesson for the state government, for the central government, for the employees working in all these multinational companies and the trade unions and other social organizations, human rights organizations, to intervene in this matter, and then a serious effort should be taken to put pressure both on the state governments and the central governments to see that the labor laws, the regulations are enforced effectively. And if that is not done, then such type of company should be thrown out of our country. Otherwise, these companies will continue to exploit our young workers, and these young workers, after 40 years, 45 years, they will become like boiled potatoes. India cannot afford it. The patriotic citizens of this country cannot allow this. The trade union movement cannot be a silent spectator on this. And that is why now all have come to the field. And I am confident that this movement should be carried forward, and simply by holding a candlelight rally or a candlelight procession is not going to help to solve these problems. This country cannot afford to see that young workers, especially the girls whom the family depends on, the family was having a lot of hope, a lot of expectations. How can we allow this to happen? So therefore, it is the responsibility of the state government. Yes, rightly, the Human Rights Commission has intervened in the matter, and they have issued a notice to the Labour Ministry, and with that the matter should not be closed. This company, the E&Y, should be brought into task and should be brought before the law of this country, and they should be punished because they are responsible for this death of this poor girl. This is as regards to the Anna's death, through which she sacrificed her life while working for this company, E&Y. Now coming to the second issue is with regard to the strike going on, the agitation going on in the South Korean Samsung company in the outskirts of Chennai, the capital city of Tamil Nadu. And what is the issue? What is the issue? The issue is very simple. The management of this corporate company Samsung doesn't want a trade union there. And the government is blindly supporting them. How can a government support a company which says, I don't want a trade union in my premises? Who are you? What business you have got to say that? And he is threatening that I will go to Noida, I will go to Andhra Pradesh. Wherever you go, the law of the land is same. The Trade Union Act 1926 is a law passed by the British Parliament. And after freedom, after independence in 1947, many amendments have been brought in that act by the Indian Parliament. And that act is applicable all over the country. Wherever you go, whichever government is inviting you with the red carpet, you cannot escape from the labor laws. So the company is outright denying the right of forming a trade union. Okay, as a company, as a corporate, as a capitalist, he may not like a union there. But what about the government, a democratically elected government which has to go by the law of the land? When the union applied for registration of the trade union, why the Labour Department of Tamil Nadu is not giving a registration? It is duty bound to give registration. It has got no authority to deny the registration if the union fulfills all the conditions under the Trade Union Act 1926 and the model bylaws. On what authority you will reject the registration of that union? You have got no business. But that has happened, and the state government is not insisting, or the state government is not issuing the registration certificate for that union. A right to form association, right to form a union is a right given in the constitution of our country. How anybody can violate? What authority they have got to violate? Now they are coming with an excuse. The union has gone to the court. The matter is sub judice. Why they have gone to the court? They have gone to the court because the Labour Department of Tamil Nadu have denied registration of the trade union. So they have gone. You register the union, the case will become infructuous, no? Once the government register that union, the case will automatically become infructuous, it will be dismissed. Or you say, I will register, you withdraw the court case. The union will withdraw the court case. But this is one side of the story. But what is the other side of the story? You see, there is a Factories Act in this is a factory manufacturing Samsung brand household articles. It's a manufacturing industry, no? It's a factory, which means it is registered under the Factories Act. And there are so many provisions in the Factories Act where you have to keep how many number of toilets you have to keep, what type of ventilation has to be provided, what type of safety precautions you have to follow, what type of canteen you have to provide, what type of potable drinking water you have to provide. Everything is there in that act. And this company is registered under that act, but nobody bothers. Even for toilet they have to fight. Now the company is playing the trick that I will not deal with any union. So some 5 workers, a group of 5 workmen or 6 workmen, they called and they say, we have agreed this, we have agreed that. What you have agreed? Some little incentive more. And is there any guarantee for the incentive? Is there any guarantee for the incentive? Incentive is not a permanent element. Incentive is only when the worker gives more production. And more production will come only when the work is there for the company. So when there is no work or when the customers are not taking your products, you will stop the production comfortably. And where the worker will get incentive? Incentive is not a part of the wages. So the reasonable wage increase has to be done. Instead of that, the company is claiming, I have given wage increase in the name of incentive. Incentive and all we know. We are in the ordnance factories. How our workers are subjected to harassment. They are not getting their wages. They are central government employees. Samsung, at least I can understand, they are a private sector employees. But the ordnance factory employees are government employees and they are in a piecework system. The management doesn't give sufficient work to the worker and they have to struggle for their earnings. And in the name of getting work from the market in a competitive manner, in the name of cost reduction, who is the victim? Only the workers who are deployed on piecework system. All these things we are fighting in the defense. No, in a government establishment, we are fighting. So this is the condition of the worker of this country. This is the condition of the working class of this country. Therefore, trade unions cannot remain silent spectators on this type of atrocities and harassment on the workers. Can any individual worker go and negotiate with the management? The management will allow him to do that. Today, they have called some 5 workers or 6 workers and discussing with them because they want to avoid the trade union. And tomorrow, if the agitation comes to an end without a trade union, what will be the fate of those 5 workmen itself? The management will always claim, any worker can come and meet me. I am ready to settle their problem. These type of sweet words we always hear from the management. But it is only the trade union which has got the bargaining power. So a trade union is very much essential and which is constitutional. No? Trade union is not at the mercy of somebody. It is a hard-earned right of the Indian working class which they struggled for hundreds of years. And then only Britishers were forced to pass the Indian Trade Union Act 1926, which is still in vogue. The act is still called as Trade Union Act 1926. So this type of unfair labor practices, inhuman attitude, inhuman approaches, whether it is a government industry, a public sector or a private industry, is not in the benefit of our country. It is not in the interest of our country or the workers of this country. Unfortunately, the state governments, they visit many foreign countries and they meet various capitalist corporates and come back and declare, we have got 70,000 crore investment, we have got 80,000 crore investment. And when these type of investments are coming, in the MOU, whatever you are signing, why you are not putting a clause that if you want to invest money in India and start a company, then you are bound by the labor laws of this country. If you will implement the labor laws of this country only, you are supposed to start an industry there. Otherwise, you remain wherever you are. In our country itself, so many investors are readily available to invest money and start the industry. Why we should depend on all these foreign fellows? The East India Company came only to do business in India, and what happened to India, everybody knows. That is the history. So therefore, the central government and the state government should have a very clear view on this. No multinational company, no investor coming from abroad can dictate terms on us. If they want to, they are investing not for our country's development. They are investing to earn profit, more and more profit for their owners sitting in either in America or in France or in Germany or in Korea or somewhere. Our country is not meant for that. Our country is for our people. It is our people who produce, and in their products only you are collecting GST and all types of taxes. When that is a fact, the government cannot run away from its responsibility. So both the government, state government and the central government should take a very, very perspective view on this in its true spirit. And the state government should ensure that the trade union is registered, and the management, since there is only one union in that company, you have a secret ballot verification. If the members, if the employees vote for the union, recognize them and deal with them. These are all Supreme Court judgments, the law of the country. Therefore, these type of violations we cannot tolerate, and hence the trade unions, the political parties, they have all taken it in a very right spirit, and they are supporting the agitation of the Samsung workers. And I also, on behalf of the All India Defence Employees Federation, the aituc, and also on behalf of the World Federation of Trade Unions, extend all support to the Samsung workers and also to those young workers who are physically and psychologically harassed in the various multinational companies. The fight will continue, and I thank Labour Voice for giving me this opportunity.